Lions are majestic creatures revered throughout the animal and the human kingdom. There's an excellent reason they're known as the kings of the jungle, and on this journey you will find out why. Get on your safari hats as we take a tour deep into the world of lions. The lion is a big cat of the Panthera family native to India and Africa. It has an athletic, broad-chested body, short, rounded head, round ears, and a hairy tuft at its tail end. Adult male lions are bigger than females and have a pronounced mane. Lions are a social species, and their groups are known as prides. A lion's pride includes several adult males, related females, and cubs. Packs of female lions frequently hunt together, preying primarily on large mammals. The lion is a keystone and apex predator. However, some lions scavenge when possibilities arise and have been known to hunt humans, though the species generally don't actively pursue and prey on humans. Lions inhabit savannas, grasslands, and shrublands. It is usually more active during the day than other wild cats, but it adjusts to being active at night and twilight when distressed. During the Neolithic era, the lion ranged throughout Southeast Europe, Africa, Western Asia, the Caucasus, and northern India. Still, it has declined to fragmented populations in sub-Saharan Africa and one population in Western India. It has been listed as vulnerable on the International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, also known as the IUCN for short, Red List, since 1996, because populations in African countries have fallen by about 43% since the early 1990s. Lion populations cannot be maintained or defended outside of established protected areas. Although the cause of the fall is not fully comprehended, habitat loss and conflicts with humans are the most significant reasons for worry. One of the most broadly recognized animal symbols in human culture, the lion has been extensively characterized in sculptures, paintings, national flags, and modern literature and films. Lions have been kept in zoos since the Roman Empire and have been a critical species sought for exhibition in zoological gardens worldwide since the late 18th century. Cultural characterizations of lions were well known in ancient Egypt, and depictions have appeared in virtually all ancient and medieval cultures in the lion's historical and current coverage. Of the living cat species, the lion is rivaled only by the tiger in weight, length, and height at the shoulder. A lion's skull is very comparable to that of a tiger. However, the frontal region is usually more depressed and flattened, and has broader nasal openings and a slightly shorter postorbital area than the tiger. Due to the amount of skull divergence in the two species, only the structure of the lower jaw can be used as a dependable indicator of species. The lion's skeletal muscles make up 58% of its body weight and represent the highest percentage of muscles among mammals. The size and weight of adult lions vary across international ranges and habitats. Reports of a few individuals that were bigger than average exist from India and Africa. The main event. The male lion's mane is the most recognizable feature of the animal. It may have evolved around 320 to 100 years ago. It starts developing when lions are about a year old. Mane color changes and darkens with age. Analysis shows that environmental aspects, such as average ambient temperature, affect its size and color. Mane length signals battling success in male-on-male associations. Darker-maned lions may have longer reproductive lives and boosted progeny survival, although they suffer in the year's hottest months. The mane's presence, absence, color, and size are associated with climate, genetic precondition, sexual maturity, and testosterone production. The general rule is that the darker, fuller mane suggests a healthier animal. In Serengeti National Park, female lions prefer males with dense, dark manes as mates. Cool ambient temperature in European and North American zoos may produce a heavier mane. Asiatic lions usually have lighter manes than average African lions. Almost all male lions in Penjara National Park have very short manes or are entirely manless. Manless lions have also been documented in Tsavo East National Park, Kenya, and Senegal, Sudan's Dinda National Park. The initial male white lion from Timbavati in South Africa was also manless. Testosterone has been connected to mane growth. Castrated lions often have little to no mane because removing the gonads inhibits testosterone production. Raised testosterone may be the cause of maned lionesses documented in northern Botswana. Color variation. The white lion is partly due to a genetic condition called leucism caused by a double recessive allele, also known as an allelomorph. This gene arises by mutation and is found at the same place on a chromosome. It is not albino. It has normal pigmentation in the eyes and skin. White lions have occasionally been discovered in and around Kruger National Park and the neighboring Timbavati Private Game Reserve in eastern South Africa. They were extracted from the wild in the 1970s, thus decreasing the white lion gene pool. Nonetheless, 17 births have been documented in 5 prides between 2007 and 2015. White lions are selected for breeding in captivity. They have reportedly been bred in camps in South Africa for use as trophies to be killed during canned hunts. Distribution and habitat. African lions live in dispersed populations across sub-Saharan Africa. The lion favors grassy plains and savannas, scrub bordering rivers, and open woodlands with bushes. It seldom enters closed forests. On Mount Elgon, the lion has been documented up to an elevation of nearly 2¼ miles and close to the snow line on Mount Kenya. With an annual rainfall of 300 to 1500 millimeters, savannas make up the bulk of lion habitat in Africa, assessed at around 2 miles. Still, remnant populations are also present in tropical moist forests in West Africa and montane forests in East Africa. The Asiatic lion now endures only in and around Gir National Park in Gujarat, Western India. Its habitat mixes dry savannas and parched deciduous scrub forests. Behavior and ecology. Lions spend considerable time resting. They are inactive for about 20 hours per day. However, lions can be active anytime. Their activity typically peaks after dusk with grooming, socializing, and pooping. Periodic bursts of energy continue until dawn, when hunting occurs most often. They spend an average of 2 hours daily walking and 50 minutes eating. Now that's the life. Am I right? Group organization. The lion is the most sociable of all wild cat species, living in groups of related individuals with their progeny. These groups are called pride. Clusters of male lions are called coalitions. Females create a stable social unit in a pride and don't put up with outside females. Membership changes only with the births and demises of lionesses. However, some females depart and become loners. The usual pride consists of around 15 lions, including several adult females and up to 4 males and their cubs of both sexes. Enormous prides, consisting of up to 30 individuals, have been documented. The sole exception to this routine is the Tsavo lion pride, which invariably has just 1 adult male. Male cubs are banned from their maternal prides when they reach maturity at around 2 or 3 years of age. Some lions are nomads that vary widely and move around sporadically, either in teams or independently. Teams are recurring among related males who have been banned from their birth pride. A lion may change lifestyles. Wanderers can become residents and vice versa. Exchanges between prides and nomads tend to be hostile. However, pride females in estrus permit nomadic males to approach them. Males spend years in a nomadic stage before gaining acceptance in a pride. An analysis in the Serengeti National Park indicated that nomadic coalitions gain residency between 3.5 and 7.3 years of age. In Kruger National Park, nomadic male lions move more than 15 miles away from their natal pride in the pursuit of their territory. Female lions stay more relative to their natal pride. Therefore, female lions in a location are more closely related than male lions in the same place. The area inhabited by a pride is called a pride area, whereas that populated by a nomad is a range. Males with pride tend to stay on the edges, guarding their territory. The explanations for the development of sociality in lionesses, the most apparent in any cat species, are the subject of much discussion. Advanced hunting success appears to be an obvious reason, but this is uncertain upon review. Cooperative hunting permits for more prosperous predation, but also provides non-hunting members reduced per capita calorific intake. Some females, however, accept a role in raising cubs that may be left unattended for extended periods. Associates of the pride manage to regularly play the same position in hunts and sharpen their skills. The hunter's health is the primary need for the pride's survival. Hunters are the first to devour the prey at the location it is brought to. Other benefits include feasible kin selection, sharing meals within the family, guarding the young, holding territory, personal insurance against hunger and injury. Both males and females protect their pride against interlopers, but the male lion is better suited to this objective because of its stockier, more rugged build. Some individuals invariably lead the defense against intruders, while others drag. Lions tend to accept distinct roles in the pride. Slower-moving individuals may supply other valuable services to the group. Alternatively, there may be bonuses connected with being a leader that safeguards against intruders. The rank of lionesses in the pride is echoed in these reactions. The male or males associated with the pride must guard their relationship with the pride from outside males who may try to unseat them. Asiatic lion prides vary in a group design. Male Asiatic lions are solitary or associate with up to 3 males, forming a flexible pride. Females associate with up to 12 other females, creating a more robust pride with their cubs. Female and male lions gather only when mating. Coalitions of males hold a domain for a longer time than single lions. Males of 3 or 4 individuals in coalitions display an apparent hierarchy, in which one male overwhelms the others and mates more often. Hunting and diet. The lion is a generalist hypercarnivore and is believed to be both an apex and keystone predator due to its broad prey range. Its prey consists mainly of mammals, primarily ungulates weighing 418 to 1,212 pounds with a fondness for African buffalo, blue wildebeest, gemsbok, plain zebra and giraffe. Lions also hunt common warthogs depending on availability, although the species is below the preferred weight range. In India, sambar deer and chital are the most documented wild prey, while tamed livestock may contribute significantly to their diet. They usually bypass rhinoceroses, fully grown adult elephants, hippopotamus, and small game like dik-dik, hare, irax, and monkey. Unusual prey include small reptiles and porcupines. Lions kill predators such as cheetahs, leopards, and spotted hyenas, but seldom consume them. Immature lions first depict stalking behavior at about 3 months of age. However, they do not partake in hunting until they are nearly a year old and begin to hunt effectively when approaching the age of 2. Single lions can bring down wildebeests and zebras, while bigger prey like buffaloes and giraffes are more complex. In Chobe National Park, large prides have been seen hunting African bush elephants up to around 15 years old in unusual cases, with the victims being calves, juveniles, and even subadults. In standard hunts, each lioness has a preferred position in the group, either hunting prey on the wing, then attacking, or moving a smaller length in the group center and catching prey fleeing from other lionesses. Males attached to prides do not usually partake in group hunting. Some evidence indicates that males are just as successful as females. They are generally solo hunters who ambush prey in small bushland. Lions typically devour prey at the site of the hunt, but sometimes drag the big game into cover. They tend to clash over kills, especially the males. Cubs suffer most when food is insufficient. Otherwise, all pride members consume their fill, including elder and crippled lions, which can live on scraps. Large kills are disseminated more widely among pride members. An adult lioness needs an average of about 11 pounds of meat per day, while males need about 15 pounds. Lions gorge themselves and consume up to 66 pounds in one session. If it cannot finish all the kills, it catnaps for a few hours before eating. On hot days, the pride reverts to shade with 1 or 2 males standing watch. Lions safeguard their kills from scavengers like vultures and hyenas. Lions scavenge on carrion when the possibility appears, scavenging animals dead from natural causes such as disease or those that other predators killed. Scavenging lions keep a constant lookout for circling vultures, which indicate the death or distress of an animal. Hyenas, rather than lions, kill most carrion on which both hyenas and lions feed upon. Carrion is thought to provide a large part of the lion's diet. Reproduction and life cycle. Most lionesses reproduce by the time they are 4 years of age. Lions do not mate at an exact time of year, and the females ovulate several times a year. A lioness can mate with more than one male when she is in heat. The generation length of the lion is nearly 7 years. The average incubation period is about 110 days. The female gives birth to a litter of between 1 and 4 cubs in a private den, which can be a thicket, a cave, a reed bed, or some other secluded area, usually away from the pride. She will frequently hunt independently, while the cubs remain helpless, staying close to the den. Lion cubs are born blind, their eyes opening about 7 days after birth. They weigh 2.5 to just over 4.5 pounds at birth and are virtually helpless, beginning to crawl a day or 2 after birth and walking around 3 weeks of age. To ensure that a buildup of scent doesn't attract the attention of predators, the lioness carries her cubs to a new den site several times a month, carrying them one by the scruff of the neck. Usually, the mother does not incorporate herself and her cubs back into the pride until the cubs are 6 to 8 weeks old. Occasionally, the intro to pride life happens earlier, especially if other lionesses have given birth at around the same time. When first presented to the rest of the pride, lion cubs lack confidence when faced with adults other than their mother. They soon begin to absorb themselves in the pride life, playing among themselves or trying to prompt play with the adults. Lionesses with cubs of their own are more likely to be passive toward other lionesses' cubs than lionesses without cubs. Male tolerance of the cubs ranges. One male could patiently let the cubs play with his tail or his mane, while another may growl and slap the cubs away. Pride lionesses often synchronize their reproductive cycles and joint rearing and suckling of the young, which suckle indiscriminately from any or all of the nursing females in the pride. The synchronization of births is helpful because the cubs grow roughly the same size and have an equal possibility of survival, and older cubs do not dominate sucklings. Weaning happens after 6 or 7 months. Male lions reach adulthood at about 3 years of age, and at 4 to 5 years, they can challenge and displace adult males associated with another pride. They begin to age and weaken at the latest 10 and 15 years of age. When one or more new males oust the last males associated with a pride, the victors usually kill any current young cubs, possibly because females do not become productive and receptive until their cubs mature or pass. Females will fiercely defend their cubs from a usurping male, but are seldom victorious unless a group of 3 or 4 mothers within a pride join forces against the male. Cubs also die from hunger, abandonment, or leopards, hyenas, and wild dog predation. Up to 80% of lion cubs will die before age 2. Both female and male lions can be expelled from prides to become nomads, although most females usually remain with their birth pride. However, when a pride becomes too big, the youngest generation of female cubs may be pushed to leave to find a more sustainable domain. When a new male lion takes over a pride, female and male adolescents can be evicted. Lions of both sexes can be entangled in group homosexual and courtship activities. Males will also head rub and roll around before simulating sex together. Health and mortality. Even though adult lions have no natural predators, evidence indicates most die violently from attacks by other lions or humans. Lions usually inflict severe injuries on members of other prides they confront in territorial conflicts or associates of the home pride when clashing at a kill. Crippled lions and cubs may fall victim to leopards or hyenas or be crushed by buffalo or elephants. Careless lions can be injured when hunting prey. Ticks typically infest the lion's neck, ears, and groin regions. Adult forms of several tapeworm species have been separated from lion intestines after being consumed as larvae in antelope meat. Lions in the Ngorongoro crater were plagued by an outbreak of stable flies in 1962, resulting in lions becoming gaunt and covered in bloody bare patches. Lions sought unsuccessfully to avoid the biting flies by climbing trees or crawling into hyena burrows. Many died or relocated, and the local population dropped from 70 to just 15 individuals. A more recent outbreak in 2001 killed 6 lions. Communication. When relaxing, lion socialization occurs through several behaviors. The animal's expressive actions are highly developed. The most common peaceful, tactile gestures are social licking and head rubbing, which have been likened to the role of grooming among primates. Head rubbing, nuzzling the forehead, face, and neck against another lion, appears to be a kind of greeting and is seen frequently after an animal has been apart from others or after a battle or conflict. Males tend to rub other males, while cubs and females rub females. Social licking frequently happens in tandem with head rubbing. It is typically mutual, and the recipient appears to express pleasure. The head and neck are the most common parts of the body licked. This behavior may have occurred out of utility because lions cannot lick these places themselves. Lions have an array of facial expressions and body postures that serve as visual gestures. A typical facial expression is the grimace face that a lion makes when inhaling chemical signals and involves an open mouth with a wrinkled nose, raised muzzle, closed eyes, bared teeth, and relaxed ears. Lions also use chemical and visual marking. Males will spray and scratch plots of ground and things within the domain. A lion's repertoire of vocalizations is extensive. Force and pitch deviations seem central to communication. Most lion vocalizations are interpretations of mewing, snarling, growling, and roaring. Other sounds made include puffing, purring, humming, and bleating. Roaring is used for advertising its presence. Lions usually roar at night, a sound that can be heard from a distance of nearly 5 miles. They tend to roar in a very characteristic manner, starting with a few deep, long roars that decline into a string of quicker ones. Conservation. In Africa, several large and well-managed protected areas in Africa host large lion populations. Where an infrastructure for nature tourism has been created, cash revenue for park administration and local neighborhoods is a strong motivation for lion conservation. Many lions now live in East and Southern Africa. Their numbers rapidly decreased in the late half of the 20th century. Immediate causes of the decline include infection and human interference. In 1975, researchers estimated that lion numbers had dropped by half to 200,000 or fewer since the 1950s. Estimations of the African lion population range between 16,500 and 47,000 living in the wild in 2002 to 2004. In the Republic of the Congo, Odzala-Kokoa National Park was deemed a lion stronghold in the 1990s. No lions were recorded in the protected area by 2014, so the population is considered locally extinct. The West African lion population is separated from the one in Central Africa, with little or no exchange of breeding individuals. In 2015, researchers estimated that this population consists of about 400 animals, including less than 250 mature lions. They survive in 3 protected areas in the region, mostly in one population in the WAP Secured Area Complex, shared by Benin, Burkina Faso and Niger. This lion population is documented as critically endangered. Field surveys in the WAP ecosystem show that lion occupancy is lowest in the West National Park and higher in areas with permanent staff and thus better security. A population of lions persists in Cameroon's Waza National Park, where approximately 14 to 21 animals remain as of 2009. In addition, 50 to 150 lions are calculated to be living in Burkina Faso's Ali Singu ecosystem. An adult male lion and a female lion were spotted in Ghana's Mole National Park in 2015. This sighting was the first appearance of lions in the country in 39 years. That same year, a population of up to 200 lions, previously thought to have been rooted out, was filmed in the Alatash National Park, Ethiopia, near the Sudanese border. Lion Conservation Strategies was created for West and Central Africa and East and Southern Africa in 2005. The strategies aim to support suitable habitats, ensure an excellent wild prey base for lions, and lower elements that lead to further fragmentation of populations and endanger lion-human coexistence. Lion depredation on livestock is significantly reduced in areas where herders keep livestock in improved enclosures. Such measures contribute to mitigating human-lion conflict. In Asia, the last refuge of the Asiatic lion population is the Gir National Park and surrounding areas in the region of Saurashtra or Kathiawar Peninsula in Gujarat State, India. The population has risen from approximately 108 lions in 1974 to about 400 in 2010. It is geographically isolated, leading to inbreeding and reduced genetic diversity. Since 2008, the Asiatic lion has been listed as endangered on the IUCN Red List. By 2015, the population had grown to 525 individuals inhabiting an area in Saurashtra. The Asiatic lion census conducted in 2017 recorded about 650 individuals. Numerous human habitations close to the national park result in conflict between lions, local people, and their livestock. Some consider the presence of lions a benefit, as they keep populations of crop-damaging herbivores in check. The establishment of a second, independent Asiatic lion population in Kuno Wildlife Sanctuary, located in Madhya Pradesh, was planned. Still, in 2017, the Asiatic lion reintroduction project seemed unlikely to be implemented. Captive breeding, lions imported to Europe before the 19th century were possibly foremost Barbary lions from North Africa or Cape lions from Southern Africa. Another 11 animals, thought to be Barbary lions kept in Addis Ababa Zoo, are descendants of animals owned by Emperor Haile Selassie. WorldLink International, in collaboration with Oxford University, launched an ambitious international Barbary lion project to identify and breed Barbary lions in captivity for eventual reintroduction into a national park in the Atlas Mountains of Morocco. However, genetic analysis showed that the captive lions at Addis Ababa Zoo were not Barbary lions, but rather closely related to wild lions in Chad and Cameroon. In 1982, the Association of Zoos and Aquariums started a species survival plan for the Asiatic lion to increase its chances of survival. In 1987, it was discovered that most lions in North American zoos were hybrids between African and Asiatic lions. Breeding programs need to note the origins of the participating animals to avoid crossbreeding different subspecies, and thus reducing their conservation value. Captive breeding of lions was halted to eliminate individuals of unknown origin and pedigree. Wild-born lions were imported to American zoos from Africa between 1989 and 1995. Breeding was continued in 1998 in the frame of an African lion species survival plan. About 77% of the captive lions registered in the International Species Information System in 2006 were of unknown origin. These animals might have carried genes that are extinct in the wild, and may therefore be essential to the maintenance of the overall genetic variability of the lion. Hunting and games. Lion hunting has occurred since ancient times and was often a royal tradition intended to demonstrate the power of the king over nature. Such hunts took place in a reserved area in front of an audience. The monarch was accompanied by his men, and controls were put in place to increase their safety and ease of killing. The earliest surviving record of lion hunting is an ancient Egyptian inscription dated circa 1380 BC that mentions Pharaoh Amenhotep III killing 102 lions in 10 years with his own arrows. The Assyrian emperor Ashurbanipal had one of his lion hunts depicted on relief panels. Lions were also hunted during the Mughal Empire, where Emperor Jahangir is said to have excelled. In ancient Rome, emperors kept lions for hunts, gladiator fights and executions. The Maasai people have traditionally viewed the killing of lions as a rite of passage. Historically, lions were hunted by individuals. However, due to reduced lion populations, elders discouraged solo lion hunts. During the European colonization of Africa in the 19th century, the hunting of lions was encouraged because they were considered pests, and merchants sold lion skins. The widely reproduced imagery of the heroic hunter chasing lions would dominate most of the century. Trophy hunting of lions in recent years has been met with controversy, notably with the killing of Cecil, the lion, in mid-2015. Cultural significance. The lion is one of the human culture's most widely recognized animal symbols. It has been extensively depicted in sculptures and paintings on national flags, and in contemporary films and literature. It appeared as a symbol of strength and nobility in cultures across Europe, Asia, and Africa, despite incidents of attacks on people. The lion has been depicted as king of the jungle and king of beasts, and thus became a famous symbol of royalty and stateliness. The lion is also used as a symbol of sporting teams. Africa. In sub-Saharan Africa, the lion has been a familiar character in stories, sayings, and dances, but is seldom featured in visual arts. In some cultures, the lion symbolizes power and royalty. In the Swahili language, the lion is known as Simba, which also means aggressive, king, and strong. Some rulers had the word lion in their nickname. Sundiata Keita of the Mali Empire was called the Lion of Mali. The founder of the Wallo Kingdom is said to have been raised by lions and returned to his people part lion to unite them using the knowledge he learned from the lions. In West Africa, lions symbolized the top class of their social hierarchies. The leopard represented the top of the order in more heavily forested areas where lions were rare. In parts of West and East Africa, the lion is associated with healing and provides the connection between seers and the supernatural. In other East African traditions, the lion represents laziness. In much African folklore, the lion is portrayed as having low intelligence and is easily tricked by other animals. The ancient Egyptians portrayed several war deities as lionesses, which they revered as fierce hunters. Egyptian deities associated with lions include Sekhmet, Bast, Mafdet, Menhit, Pakhet, and Tefnut. These deities are often connected with the sun god Ra and his fierce heat, and their dangerous power was invoked to guard people or sacred places. The Sphinx, a figure with a lion's body and the head of a human or other creature, represented a pharaoh or deity who had taken on this protective role. Eastern world. The lion was a prominent symbol in ancient Mesopotamia from Sumer up to Assyrian and Babylonian times, where it was strongly associated with kingship. Lions were among the significant symbols of the goddess Inanna or Ishtar. The Lion of Babylon was the foremost symbol of the Babylonian Empire. The lion hunt of Ashurbanipal is a famous sequence of Assyrian palace reliefs in the British Museum. The Lion of Judah is the biblical emblem of the tribe of Judah and the later Kingdom of Judah. Lions are frequently mentioned in the Bible, notably in the book of Daniel, in which the eponymous hero refuses to worship King Darius and is forced to sleep in the lion's den, where he is miraculously unharmed. In the book of Judges, Samson kills a lion while traveling to visit a Philistine woman. Indo-Persian chroniclers regarded the lion as the keeper of order in the realm of animals. The Sanskrit word Rajendra signifies a lion as the king of animals or deer. Narasimha, the man-lion, is one of 10 avatars of the Hindu god Vishnu. Singh is an ancient Indian Vedic name meaning lion, dating back over 2,000 years. It was initially used only by Rajputs, a Hindu kshatriya or military caste, but is used by millions of Hindu Rajputs and more than 20 million Sikhs today. The lion capital of Ashoka, erected by Emperor Ashoka in the 3rd century CE, shows 4 lions standing back to back. It was made the national emblem of India in 1950. The lion is also symbolic of the Sinhalese people, the term derived from the Sanskrit Sinhala, meaning of lions, while a sword-wielding lion is a central figure on the national flag of Sri Lanka. The lion is a common motif in Chinese art. It was first used in art during the late spring and autumn period in the 5th or 6th century BC and became more popular during the Han Dynasty when imperial guardian lions started to be placed in front of imperial palaces for protection. Because lions have never been native to China, early depictions were somewhat unrealistic. After the introduction of Buddhist art to China in the Tang Dynasty after the 6th century AD, lions were usually depicted wingless with shorter, thicker bodies and curly manes. The lion dance is a traditional dance in Chinese culture in which performers in lion costumes mimic a lion's movements, often with musical accompaniment from cymbals, drums, and gongs. They are performed at Chinese New Year, the August Moon Festival, and other celebratory occasions for good luck. Western world, lion-headed figures and amulets were excavated in tombs in the Greek islands of Crete, Euboea, Rhodes, Paros, and Chios. They are associated with the Egyptian deity Sekhmet and date to the early Iron Age, between the 9th and 6th centuries BC. The lion is featured in several of Aesop's fables, notably The Lion and the Mouse. The Nemean lion was symbolic in ancient Greece and Rome, represented as the constellation and zodiac sign Leo, and described in mythology, where it was killed and worn by the hero Heracles, symbolizing victory over death. Lancelot and Gawain were also heroes slaying lions in the Middle Ages. In some medieval stories, lions were portrayed as allies and companions. Lion was the nickname of several medieval warrior rulers with a reputation for bravery, such as Richard the Lionheart. Lions continue to appear in modern literature as characters, including the messianic Aslan in the 1950 novel The Lion, The Witch and the Wardrobe, and the Chronicles of Narnia series by C.S. Lewis, and the comedic Cowardly Lion in L. Frank Baum's 1900 book The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Lion symbolism was used from the advent of cinema. One of the most iconic and widely recognized lions is Leo, the mascot for Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Studios since the 1920s. The 1966 film Born Free features Elsa the lioness and is based on the 1960 non-fiction book with the same title. The lion's role as king of the beasts has been used in the 1994 Disney animated film The Lion King. Lions are frequently depicted on coats of arms, like on the coat of arms of Finland, either as a device on shields or as supporters, but the lioness is used much less frequently. The heraldic lion is prevalent in British arms. It is traditionally depicted in a great variety of attitudes, although within French heraldry, only lions rampant are considered lions. Feline figures in any other position are referred to as leopards. Lions will continue to further our imaginations and fascinate the masses. Hail to the king baby!